All right, let's talk about one of the biggest questions in business. Maybe the biggest question. How do you grow? I mean, it sounds simple, right? But get this wrong, and the path you choose could literally make or break everything you've built.
So, picture this. Your business is doing great. It's humming along. Customers are happy, the money's coming in. But you know you can't just stand still, right? Sooner or later, that huge question pops into your head. Okay, what's next? Where do we go from here?
And all of a sudden, you're standing at this massive crossroads. I mean, there are a million different signs pointing in different directions. Do we sell more of what we already have? Do we go find completely new customers? Should we, I don't know, invent something brand new? The stakes are just incredibly high. Because choosing wrong isn't just a little detour, nope, it's a massive waste of time and money.
But what if you had a map for this? A guide to get you through that confusion? Well, way back in 1957, this brilliant guy, a strategist named Igor Ansoff, he created exactly that. A super simple but really powerful framework to solve this very problem.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to break down Ansoff's map, and that's really what it is, a map that takes all that messy confusion and turns it into crystal clear choices. So at its heart, the Ansoff matrix is just a simple little 2x2 grid. That's all. It lays out every possible way you can grow based on two simple things: your products, what you sell, and your markets, who you sell to. And for each of those, it just asks, is it existing or is it new? Simple as that. And when you put those together, boom, you get four clear, fundamental paths to growth. You combine your existing and new products with your existing and new markets and outpop these four strategies: market penetration, market development, product development, and the big one, diversification. Each little box on the grid is its own unique playbook. Okay, so theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to walk through each of these four paths, one by one, using some killer examples that I promise you'll recognize. First up, we have market penetration. Now, this one is your home base. It's the most common and, for sure, the least risky strategy. It's all about just doubling down on what you're already good at, selling the stuff you already make to the people who already buy it. The easiest way to think about this? It's about getting more of the pie you're already eating. You've got the home field advantage, right? You know the product, you know the customers. Your whole job is just to sell more. And a perfect example of this? McDonald's all-day breakfast. Think about it. They didn't invent a new burger. They just took their existing products, like the Egg McMuffin, and made them available to their existing customers at a new time of day. They saw that people wanted breakfast for dinner. It was just a scheduling change, but it gave their loyal customers a brand new reason to show up. And bam, a nearly 6% jump in sales. That's huge. Okay, strategy number 2 is market development. This is where you take your winning product, something you know works, and you take it on the road to find a whole new audience. This could mean opening up in a new city or a new country, or maybe even targeting a totally different type of customer you've never sold to before. So the key here is you're not changing the what, you're changing the who and the where. You've got a proven formula, you know it sells, now it's just about finding new homes for it. And who's the absolute master of this? Starbucks, of course. They basically took the American coffee shop concept and just stamped it all over the globe. Now, they were smart about it. They kept the core experience the same, but, they'd tweak the menu a little for local tastes. And the result? More than half of their 38,000 stores are now outside the US. That's just wild. All right, on to our third strategy, product development. Now, we're flipping the script. Here, you stick with the customers you already have, your loyal base, but you create brand new things for them to buy. You've already earned their trust, so the question becomes, what else can you build for them? This one is all about leveraging that relationship you've worked so hard to build. Your customers already know you, they trust you, so what else can you make that they're just gonna love? And I mean, come on, nobody has done this better than Apple. It's genius. They didn't go looking for new people to buy the first Apple Watch or AirPods. Nope, they sold them straight to their massive base of existing iPhone users. They created this incredible ecosystem where every new product just makes your other Apple products better. It's a brilliant way to keep customers coming back for more. And that brings us to the final quadrant, diversification. Okay, this is the big one, the high wire act. It's easily the boldest and, the riskiest move of them all. You're creating a totally new product and selling it to a totally new market. You're basically stepping into completely uncharted territory.
Really, you can think of this as launching a whole new startup, but inside your existing company. It's the ultimate high-risk, high-reward play, because you have to learn two incredibly difficult things at the exact same time: how to make a new product and how to find a new customer.
The textbook example of this done brilliantly? Amazon Web Services, or AWS. It's an amazing story. Amazon had all this extra server capacity just sitting around from running their own massive retail website. So they had this crazy idea. What if we package that up and sell it as a service? They created a new product, cloud computing, for a totally new market, developers. And that bet? It paid off. AWS is now more profitable than Amazon's entire retail business. Just think about that.
Okay, so now that you know the four paths, you might be tempted to just jump in and pick one. But hold on, it is absolutely crucial to understand that these strategies are not created equal when it comes to risk.
The best way to think about it is like a risk ladder. Down at the bottom rung, you've got market penetration. That's the safest, because you're dealing with what you already know. But every time you move to a new market or develop a new product, you're climbing a rung higher into more risk and uncertainty. And way up at the very top, that's diversification, where everything is new. That is the highest risk by far.
So, the big question is, how do you actually use this? Well, the Ansoff matrix isn't just some dusty business school theory. It's a real, actionable playbook. And there's a smart, logical way to move through it to make sure your growth is sustainable. And here's the most important takeaway. So listen up. Don't skip steps. You have to walk before you can run. Start by mastering your core business. That's market penetration. Squeeze every single drop of growth out of what you already do well. Build that strong foundation. Then, once you've done that, you can start looking at developing new markets or new products. And diversification? That should be the absolute last thing you think about. Only when your core business is a rock-solid, mature machine.
So there you have it. That's the Ansoff matrix. It's a surprisingly simple but incredibly powerful map for navigating the really complex challenge of growth. It gives you clarity, it helps you understand risk, and it lays out four very clear paths you can take. You have the map. The only question left is, what's your next move?